Welcome to SaundersCountyOnline.com's coverage of the Wahoo Varsity softball team versus Bennington on this unexpectedly crisp September day. Started off, we're supposed to hit into the 90s. I don't think we actually hit 90 today, but, I'm going to enjoy the cooler temperature, but it is a little breezy out there, so we might see a little bit of movement from our camera, but, hey, we'll take it if we don't have to sit and wonder how much weight we're losing from perspiration.
Oh, my gosh. I'll tell you what, 77 degrees out there. It doesn't feel like 77 degrees right there. Austin McNorton and Kelly Johnson here with you on Saunders County Online. Thanks so much for tuning in here on this Tuesday night. Hope everyone enjoyed their great 3-day weekend, enjoyed the Labor Day festivities. As it's Wahoo Warriors softball, your 8-2 Warriors play host tonight to the Badgers of Bennington here at Hackberry Park, a place where the Warriors have yet to fall this season. But yeah, 77 degrees. There's a lot of Warrior fans who broke out the hoodies here tonight. A pretty good wind coming out of the northwest is making it feel maybe a little bit cooler than the temperature gauge shows. But thanks so much for tuning in to Saunders County Online. Here tonight for Wahoo Warriors softball. It will be the 1-2-3 hitters due up here for the Badgers of Bennington, and that brings up the center fielder Julissa Howder. She stands in the left-handed batter's box against Cassidy Beavers, who's out on the circle tonight for Wahoo. She's been pretty spectacular here at Hackberry Park this season. 2-0 in the home circle as this pitch is roped backwards behind the stands, and I think the wind took that. It might have even taken it past the parking lot with how quickly that went off the end of the bat and so quickly up and over the stands here down the third base side. I don't think any cars were in jeopardy because I think that one may have gone to the street. That one's on the outside part of the zone, strike 2 from Beavers. Howder out in center field tonight for Bennington. Julissa, the senior for Bennington this year. Looks at the 1-2 pitch, grounded over to second. Herrera's there, over to first. Not in time as Howder legs it out. It was a slow roller to Herrera, who made a great play on it, but Howder's able to leg out the infield single. Well, that was incredible speed down the first baseline. I think it kind of caught everyone off guard, including the Warrior defense that time, as what looked like a routine out number one turns out to just be a single to start out the game. 1 on, 1 out. And this one is lined at Herrera. It goes off her glove and into right field. That's tough. I'll give that another single. Give Hannah the benefit of the doubt there. That was lined right to her glove, and she just kind of stuck the glove out there as kind of just instant reaction. And just like that, 2 leadoff base runners here for the Badgers, and now we'll have a courtesy runner. That was Layla O'Connor, who's out on the circle tonight for Bennington, so she'll get the courtesy runner for her. So 2 runners on, nobody out, which brings up Maddie Scobie into the batter's box. She'll be over at short tonight defensively for the Badgers. As Bennington comes out in their road blue jerseys, black pants, white helmets. So here's the first pitch into Scobie, and it's down low for ball 1 as Wahoo's in the home golds tonight with blue pants, blue numbers, and blue Wahoo across the chest. This one's grounded over to short. Sydney Smart makes the play over to third for the force to get the lead runner Howder out. So Scobie reaches on a fielder's choice. 2 on, 1 out now, thanks to Sydney Smart, who the last time we saw her in action here in Wahoo was a week ago, and that was over there at Field 5 against Beatrice, and she was absolutely spectacular in that game. Seemed like every single play that was hit her way, she made, and learned that she plans to play at the next level, going to Augustana next year to continue her softball career. And, of course, college education. 1-0 the count now to Kara Mendocino. And she looks at a pitch on the outside of the zone for her first strike. Caramendicino, the junior for the Badgers this season. She'll be over at third base tonight defensively and looks at a pitch inside ball 2. It's O'Connor at second. Scobie over at first for Bennington. Here's the 2-1 pitch. The sun and kind of a lot of the lights will have to be in effect here tonight. As JV game ran a little bit long, not much sunshine here on the way that Kelly Johnson described, crisp Tuesday evening. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 on, top of the first inning. Strike 3 in the first strikeout of the night for Cassidy Beavers gets Mendocino gone. And that brings up Ava Kuntz into the batter's box. She'll be over at first tonight defensively for Bennington. Now with 2 gone and 2 on here in the top of the first inning. And the first pitch into Ava Kuntz is on the outside part of the zone, strike 1. You know that crisp is the perfect word. Starts in the back of your throat. I'm serious. You sound this out. Okay. Starts in the back of your throat
yep.
and goes to the front. Here's the second pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Crisp. Everyone say it at home. Crisp. Yeah. It goes literally from the front all the way to the it's so satisfying. Crisp is a very crisp word.
It is something that reminds me of, hey, we're just really a couple weeks from officially fall.
Yes.
And you talk about apples, crisp.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You're talking about corn. Done right, it has a nice crisp to it.
Boy.
So.
We're getting to that harvest time of year. It is a great time of year. Still no balls, 2 strikes. The loft pitch goes outside for ball 1 into Ava Kuntz, who's still in the right-handed box after fouling a couple of them off. But, yeah, the fall, you're already starting to see, I heard, there's might already be some Halloween decorations around town. We're starting to see maybe some pumpkin spice lattes in the coffee shops as Beavers gets Kuntz to strike out looking. And after 2 leadoff hits, there's 2 batters left on base for Bennington as they go down in order. So it's 2 hits, no walks, no runs, and 2 left on base. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Scoreless, you're tuned in to Wahoo Warrior Softball.
Rivalry Apparel Headquarters, your favorite game day shop, offers apparel for your favorite local teams and schools. Shop Rivalry online at rivalryapparel.com or stop by and say hi to the Rivalry team in downtown Wahoo at 535 North Linden Street. Our shop hours are Tuesdays and Thursdays 10 to 6, Wednesdays and Fridays 10 to 5, and Saturdays 9 to noon. Need custom apparel for your team or business? Give us a call, 402-870-0780. The team at Rivalry want to help you have a winning season. We are your biggest fan.
At Anchor Insurance, we know your personal life and business needs the right management and insurance to succeed and grow. Give Eric E.J. Hancock a call at 402-858-0557 or stop into his office at 136 East 5th Street in downtown Wahoo, Nebraska today for all of your insurance needs.
Welcome back to Hackberry Park as we are going to the bottom of the first inning. It is varsity softball, Wahoo versus Bennington, right here on SaundersCountyOnline.com.
Austin McNorton here with you. Kelly Johnson running all the gear you see, all the great camera angles in the wind. As we're here in the bottom of the first inning, Warriors 1-2-3 hitters due up. 8-2 on the season is Wahoo under head coach Katrina Kristen.
Yeah, that far camera, we were concerned about a lot of movement. It has a little bit of movement, but
it's not bad.
It's not bad. It's watchable.
For how bad the wind is, it's doing pretty well. Sydney Smart looks at the first pitch against Layla O'Connor, who's out on the circle tonight for the Badgers. The outside part of the zone strike. Beavers did a great job of hitting that outside part of the strike zone in the top half of the first inning. O'Connor's trying to hit it as well. That time she missed it outside to even the count at 1.
We were nice movement by the catcher. They're trying to make it look good, though.
Yeah, that's a skill that's mastered. You see a lot, especially when you get up into the upper levels of this game. But so to be able to see that at the high school level is pretty exciting. That time it skips up into the chest plate of Reimer behind home plate tonight for Bennington. She was one who just framed that last pitch up. 2-1 the count. Into the shortstop, Sydney Smart. Next pitch, high, ball 3. But we were having a good debate here in the press box during the break of favorite kind of cereal. I can't remember the last time I had a good bowl of cereal. And, boy, there's so many good ones to choose from.
I love the cereal that doesn't think it's a cereal.
This one's roped right back up past the glove of O'Connor into center field for a leadoff single for Sydney Smart. So the Warriors have a leadoff base runner just the way that Bennington did, and we'll see if Wahoo's able to capitalize as Adelia Dunlap stands in the left-handed box. She'll be out in left field tonight for Wahoo. She has 4 RBIs this season and 10 runs. Looking at some of her stats. Her first pitch against O'Connor, she shows bunt perfectly down the third base line. Mendocino is there, over to first, in time for 1, back to 2, not in time. So Sydney Smart gets there on the successful sacrifice bunt that time from Adelia Dunlap to move her teammate over into scoring position. For Lanta Hitz, who stands in, who has 7 RBIs this season and a home run. Lanta's in the catcher gear tonight as the first pitch from O'Connor misses outside. Used to be a big Corn Pops guy. Remember those?
Corn Pops, yeah. We do have Corn Pops in our pantry.
Is that popular in the state of Nebraska? I feel like it could be.
Yeah.
Boy, those were always my go-to.
It's right next to the Cookie Crisp.
Oh, yeah. Boy, that's a good one, too.
You think you're eating cookies for breakfast.
Yeah. And that's why I don't like them as much, honestly. I want something a little different. I don't want a cookie for breakfast,
Let's see.
1 ball, 1 strike, grounded down the first base line, foul. So hits. Good pitcher's count here for Layla O'Connor, trying to get out number 2 and keep Sydney Smart over there at second base with the sun setting.
Controversial cereal, grape nuts.
Not controversial at all. Great selection. That was my grandparents' all-time favorite cereal. Yep. That one you really feel like you're eating. That one goes down low and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes as Smart's able to work the count back even. But, yes, that's always – you're always able to – you feel like you're definitely eating. There's a lot of chewing involved in that cereal. Classic grape nuts. Oh, my gosh. Outside – Hitz is able to get it off the end of the bat and back off the fence. Here behind home plate, count stays even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner at second here in the bottom of the first inning, scoreless between your Wahoo Warriors and the Badgers of Bennington. Here's the pitch outside, and Hitz grounds it down the first base line. Kuntz reaches out and steps on first herself as Sydney Smart goes over to third. Now with 2 outs. Kuntz makes the put out herself.
But now we have a runner a short distance from home.
And Sydney Smart's speed puts a little bit more pressure on Layla Connor to make sure those pitches are hitting near the strike zone, not getting away from Reimer behind home plate with Sydney Smart's speed. She can get home on a wild pitch. This one's outside, called a strike. Into Ava Losterer, the first baseman tonight for your Warriors. Is that right? I don't know if I wrote that down right. I think it is. No, she's at third base tonight. Yeah, I was like, I wrote that down wrong. Here's the next pitch. It's popped back over us in the press box. And that wind will push it, I'll tell you.
Yeah, it will.
That wind will push it tonight. Losterer this season has 2 home runs and 10 RBIs. Would love to have number 11 here to give her Warriors a lead in the bottom of the first inning. And now has a 1-2 count with 2 gone and Sydney Smart standing over at third. Sydney had to lead off single to start out this bottom of the first inning. Bennington left 2 runners on base in their half of the inning, and the Warriors leave 1 as Ava Losterer goes down swinging. 1 hit, no walk, no runs, and 1 left on base. We head to the top of the second inning scoreless. You're tuned in to Wahoo Warrior Softball. The best deal in town is at the Wahoo DQ. Our $7 meal deals run all day, every day. For only $7, you get your choice of an original cheeseburger or a 3-piece chicken strip basket. Each option includes a regular order of fries, a medium drink, and a small sundae. Feeling hungrier? Upgrade that sundae to a small blizzard for an extra $2. The Wahoo DQ is located at 1122 North Chestnut Street and open 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday. And then on Fridays and Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Welcome back to Hackberry Park as we have some fantastic softball for you. It's Bennington coming to town, facing off against the Varsity Wahoo. We are now at the top of the second inning, 0-0.
Kind of a cloudy evening here on September 5th, and I guess when September starts, the nights get a little bit cooler in this neck of the woods. As it was a warm afternoon, but then, I don't know, it seemed like right at about 6 o'clock, the temperature just decided to just drop drastically as everyone in the crowd wearing hoodies, and I even see some blankets in the crowd from the Bennington folks, brought some blankets tonight. As due up here for the Badgers, top of the second inning, we're scoreless. It is their 6, 7, 8 hitters due up, and that brings up Riley Reimer to the plate. She's in the catcher's gear tonight and stands in the right-handed box. Her first pitch against Cassidy Beavers goes high, ball 1. Next one inside, ball 2. There's not much sun shining here either, as it's behind the clouds over to our west. And that's where we're seeing a lot of this wind coming from as well. Heavy wind as this one's grounded over to short. Smart's there over to Snyder in time for an easy 6-3 put out to start out the top of the second inning. And that'll bring up Baylor Holdorf to the plate. She's out in left field tonight.
As you can tell by one of the cameras here, it's a little windy out there.
Yes.
What is the wind right now? Let's take a quick look.
And it's definitely coming, and that's what I think is cooling things off here as this pitch is inside to Baylor Holdorf, is it's definitely coming out of the northwest pretty strongly, and it's even kicking up a lot of dirt, and that's why you see pretty much anytime someone takes a step on the infield, a lot of dirt will get kicked up, just like it is in the parking lot as well. Here's the next pitch, high and outside, ball 2. Beavers hasn't started out great in the counts, but she hasn't ever given up too many great hitters counts. Bennington hasn't been able to take advantage of being patient in the box so far. Here's the 2-0 pitch right down the center, strike 1. And she took some off on that one. I think Holder thought that one was going to drop. But yeah, what is that wind speed?
18 miles per hour with gusts in the upper 20s.
There you go.
You can see.
And is it out of the north?
Yeah, it's out of the north.
Yeah.
It's a nice cool breeze.
Definitely. Definitely a cool breeze here in the first couple days of September. 2 balls now, 2 strikes. Beavers once again works the count back even. And here's the next pitch. Outside. That's been called a strike here early. This time it's not, and the count's full. Beavers wanted it. That's where she's been trying to hit a lot of her pitches tonight. Here she tries again and blew it by her. Her third strikeout of the game. And that brings up the designated hitter, Cadence Keneally, into the right-handed box for the Badgers. And thanks so much for tuning in to Saunders County Online here on this Tuesday night. I'm trying to think what else we got this week. This might be it. This and
we have
football and football on Friday night in Auburn.
Yeah.
I was trying to think, do we have volleyball on Thursday, another softball? Nope. It's just this and football, so kind of a shorter week here in Wahoo. Friday night as Wahoo tries to stay undefeated here in the 2023 season after defeating number 1 and number 3 in the state so far.
Yeah. I talked to the AD in Auburn this morning, and he is excited to have us come down.
Should be a fun game for sure. Auburn definitely known as the basketball powerhouse in this neck of the woods, and we'll see how their football team is.
Familiar with them being down to the KMA.
Yes. We I listened to them win a lot of state championships in basketball in a very unique style of play from what I remember. Those games are like first one to 30 wins as Beaver gets her second strikeout looking and her fourth strikeout of the ball game. As this time the Badgers go down in order. No hits, no walks, no runs, and nobody left on base. To the bottom of the second we go. Scoreless. You're tuned in to Wahoo Warriors Softball.
At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we aspire to be the pharmacy provider confidently chosen by our clients for their family's everyday health needs because of our expertise, integrity, and honestly, consistently exceeding their expectations. Reliability, bright spot, value, integrity, community building, and so much more can be found at Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo. Wahoo State Bank gives you the home team advantage. From the beginning of your financial experience with Penny Partners, Kids Club with Richie Rover, to student checking for those age 15 through 25, offering a variety of benefits that make banking easy when you're home or away, or if you're looking to finance the future home. Wahoo State Bank has the home team to work with you through life. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Saunders County Online's coverage of Wahoo Varsity Softball as Bennington is coming to town. Hackberry Park going to the bottom of the second, 0-0. What a great game and a nice crisp night.
Awesome. We're
just going to keep throwing that word out there.
Please keep saying it as often as possible.
Yeah.
It's so great. Here we go. Bottom of the second inning, scoreless. Austin McNorton and Kelly Johnson here with you live on Saunders County Online. Due up for the Warriors are their 5, 6, 7 hitters. And that brings up Lily Harris into the lefty box. She's out in center field tonight for Wahoo. After the Warriors had a leadoff single in the bottom of the first inning and left Sydney Smart stranded at third. We'll see how the Warriors attack this. Is grounded right to Kuntz, who steps on first herself for a quick out, number 1 against Lily Harris. And that will bring up Maddie Snyder to the plate. That's the second time tonight that Ava Kuntz over there at first place has gotten a put out herself on a couple ground balls straight to her. Maddie Snyder, here's the first baseman for the Warriors tonight. Her first look against Layla O'Connor. Hearing already what has been a pretty great defensive battle here early on. Her first pitch right down the center on a good breaking pitch that broke right through the heart of the zone, strike 1.
So far, we're seeing a really good battle of pitchers.
Yeah, absolutely. Layla O'Connor for Bennington this season, a junior. Cassidy Beavers, the senior, counts even 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
We saw that move quite a ways outside. If you're anticipating the wind gust and everything like that, is that going to affect your hit?
Yeah, right. Yeah, and how do you play the wind? And we'll see if that's, plays a little bit of a factor in what we're already calling a pretty good defensive battle. If maybe the wind is already proving a factor of not being able to get too many balls up in the air tonight. Snyder down the third baseline, foul. 1-2 now the count against O'Connor. And here is that 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And that's O'Connor's second strikeout of the evening for Bennington. And that brings up Cassidy Beavers out on the circle tonight for Wahoo. She has 2 home runs this season, 5 RBIs. She's come in to score twice herself this year. Her first look at O'Connor. Pitch grounded down third and foul. First pitch swinging that time for Cassidy Beavers. As we'll pull up Cassidy's batting average this season, a 160 average and a 276 on base percentage. So she's doing a good job of seeing a lot of pitches. She's just trying to get one in play since that first game, really, where she had 2 home runs. It was 4 for 4 in the batter's box and threw a no-hitter. Really, since that game, she's kind of cooled off a little bit. But she's still doing a good job of getting on base by walks and other means necessary. Here's the 1-1 pitch with nobody on and 2 outs. Swung on and missed, strike 2.
Looking at the flag and where the wind is blowing, there's really no place to hit the ball to get it to
right.
help you.
Yeah, it's blowing straight. Straight.
It's a weird angle.
Yeah, the field.
So it's actually running like straight down third baseline.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, that's the best way to describe it based on how this field is positioned. Here's the 2-2 pitch into Beavers outside and high, and Cassidy does a good job of working the count back full. This is exactly how she has such a good on-base percentages, just by doing this, is seeing so many pitches, being patient in the box, and forcing her counterpart to work. The inside pitch, and there she has it. A 2-out base runner for Wahoo as Cassidy Beavers is on with a 2-out walk. She'll likely get a courtesy runner. And that'll bring up the designated hitter and national anthem performer, Lily Obert. Boy, she does a good job.
She does. It just shows that there's so much talent with the teams here. For example, Mr. Smith, the band director for Wahoo, has been past 2 years honored with, Director of the Year for the state of Nebraska.
My goodness.
They have Wahoo has consistently had over, I think, 65% of students involved in fine arts as well.
Wow.
So it is tremendous, not just the sports, the community, but the fine arts. It's well-rounded.
Very active are all of these athletes you're seeing on the field. Here's Lily Obert, her first look at Layla O'Connor, her pitch outside part of the zone, called a strike. 2 outs, 1 on. Here's the pitch low and stolen base attempt. It'll be close. I think she got her. She did.
She did.
The courtesy runner who came in for Cassidy Beavers is called out on a steal attempt. And down goes Wahoo with no hits, 1 walk, no runs, and nobody left on base. We head to the top of the third inning. Scoreless, you're tuned in to Wahoo Warriors Softball.
Stop at First Bank of Nebraska to get our new Wahoo Warrior branded debit card. Every transaction gives back to Wahoo Public Schools. All you need is a First Bank of Nebraska checking account and ask for the Warrior card. For more information, go to firstbankne.com. First Bank of Nebraska, serving our communities, investing in you. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Rivalry Apparel Headquarters, your favorite game day shop, offers apparel for your favorite local teams and schools. Shop Rivalry online at rivalryapparel.com or stop by and say hi to the Rivalry team in downtown Wahoo at 535 North Linden Street. Our shop hours are Tuesdays and Thursdays 10 to 6, Wednesdays and Fridays 10 to 5, and Saturdays 9 to noon. Need custom apparel for your team or business? Give us a call, 402-870-0780. The team at Rivalry want to help you have a winning season. We are your biggest fan.
And we're back to Hackberry Park. It is home of the Wahoo Warriors varsity softball taking on Bennington. We're top of the third right here on SaundersCountyOnline.com.
Last time Cassidy Beavers was out on the circle for Wahoo, she went 1, 2, 3 in order, and so for Bennington, that brings up the 9-1-2 hitters due up now. Which brings up Presley Baca into the right-handed batter's box. She's out at second base tonight defensively for the Badgers as we're scoreless here in the top of the third inning on a windy, crisp Tuesday evening.
Got to get that word in there.
Every time. Literally every time. As
Once
Beavers,
an
as Beavers gets this one by her to even the count at 1. Cassidy already with 4 strikeouts against this Bennington squad here tonight. Here's the next pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Oh, the way that I was like, I'm pretty sure it's 2, but the way that Presley Baca started walking over to her dugout, she got a long ways away from the batter's box. I was like, almost looked like she was going into the dugout.
Done.
Here's the 1-2. This one's off the end of the bat, back off the fence. And the count will stay at 1-2. As Baca this season, a junior for Bennington. Quite a few juniors on this squad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seniors for Bennington this year. Here's the 1-2 pitch again. It's down the first base side again and foul. Whereas 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 juniors and 1 sophomore. 2 sophomores on this varsity squad. So we do the 1-2 again as Baca continues to stay alive here in the box against Cassidy Beavers. And this one goes high on the rise ball attempt from Beavers, trying to get her to chase it up high in the zone. She does not. With the pink arm sleeve on the right arm. Here's the 1-2. See ya. Strikeout number 5 for Cassidy Beavers. She has really been pretty locked in since the first 2 batters that she saw in Julissa Howder and Layla O'Connor, who are now due up. These are the only 2 batters who have really given Beavers fits. Ever since then, she has sat down the Badgers in order and struck out 5 of those 7 batters. This one's off the end of the bat and off the fence foul from Howder, who's 1 for 1 today with a single. And she was forced out at third on the fielder's choice from Maddie Scobie after she got to second on Layla O'Connor's single. Now it's over to second, and Herrera makes the catch this time. Hannah Herrera gets the glove on it for a loud out number 2. And that will bring up Layla O'Connor, who her first time up was 1 pitch, just like we just saw. Hit it squarely to Hannah Herrera, who couldn't make the catch. That time Herrera does make the catch, so we'll see how Layla O'Connor attacks this at-bat. First pitch outside, strike 1. Look how cool that is. I know you can't see it on the camera at home, folks, but the sun shining down in through the clouds over there in way, way, way right field. Boy, it is a picture to see. This one's off the end of the bat into shallow center field on the run. It's dropped. It's dropped by Lily Harris out in center field. She doesn't have a lot of those plays often, but with the win tonight, she had to catch that on a dead sprint moving out to her right. Wasn't able to get it into the glove, and so O'Connor's on with the E8. And I'll bring up Maddie Scobie again. She's 0 for 1 tonight with a grounder into a fielder's choice and was left stranded at first in that top of the first inning. So now 1 on with 2 gone here in the top of the 3rd inning.
Great effort, though.
Yeah, really great effort from Lily Harris. And like I said, that wind, we wondered how it would be a factor tonight, and there you already see it. Lily Harris is probably one of the most sure gloves defensively for the Warriors this season, and she won't make many mistakes like that throughout the course of the year, and the wind definitely proved to be a factor there. Now calling time in the box with Scobie. She'll step out and reset. Beavers also reset. She's ready to go. The 0-1 outside. Quick throw down to first. Not in time on the tag. Placed down by Snyder. So the 0-1 pitch into Scobie in the right-handed box. The 1-1, I should say. It's off the end of the bat, down the third base line, and it goes foul.
And it
Did it hit a car? I was going to say, that hit something.
I'm looking to see where I'm parked.
I think you're good. I don't know what. It might have hit the school bus. I think it was close to that area, was it? I think that's kind of the direction I think I saw it headed. It might have hit the school bus. And this one's down the right field line, and it drops in front of the right fielder, Vaniek. Wahoo's able to get it back into the infield with the 2-out single from Scobie. And now runners at the corners with 2 outs after that error out in center field. Now it's trouble for the Warriors with a runner standing at third with 2 outs. Kara Mendocino stands in. She's 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout in that top of the first inning. Outside ball 1 from Cassidy Beavers. The whole press box just moved. I was like, something just happened in the stands below us. The whole entire press box just moved. So here's the 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball 2. Runner's not going. Big opportunity here for the Badgers of Bennington. with a 2-0 count and 2 on with 2 outs. Down the first base side into the crowd foul. Back towards the concession stand here at Hackberry Park.
Everybody needs a souvenir.
Yeah, there you go.
I know American Legion ball, if you get that souvenir, you take it into the concession stand to get a treat.
All right, this one's popped up on the infield. It drops in front of Herrera over to first in time for a big out number 3 for Wahoo. So it's 1 hit, no walks, no runs, and 2 left on base. We head to the bottom of the third inning scoreless. Here, you're tuned in to Wahoo Warriors softball.
Rivalry Apparel Headquarters, your favorite game day shop, offers apparel for your favorite local teams and schools. Shop Rivalry online at rivalryapparel.com or stop by and say hi to the Rivalry team in downtown Wahoo at 535 North Linden Street. Our shop hours are Tuesdays and Thursdays 10 to 6, Wednesdays and Fridays 10 to 5, and Saturdays 9 to noon. Need custom apparel for your team or business? Give us a call, 402-870-0780. The team at Rivalry want to help you have a winning season. We are your biggest fan.
At Anchor Insurance, we know your personal life and business needs the right management and insurance to succeed and grow. Give Eric E.J. Hancock a call at 402-858-0557 or stop into his office at 136 East 5th Street in downtown Wahoo, Nebraska today for all of your insurance needs.
Going to the bottom of the third inning, it is Wahoo Warriors softball versus Bennington on SaundersCountyOnline.com.
Austin McNorton and Kelly Johnson here with you at a crisp Hackberry Park. First pitch is down in front of the left fielder Holdorf for the 8-hole hitter Lily Obert, as she was left stranded in the batter's box in the bottom of the second inning after her teammate got caught stealing second. And then the first pitch that she sees in the bottom of the third inning, she bloops out into left field, drops in front of Holdorf, and it's a leadoff single for Lily Obert. And that brings up Hannah Herrera to the plate. She's over at second tonight defensively for Wahoo, and now has a teammate on base with nobody out here in the bottom of the third in what's been a defensive battle here on this windy Tuesday night. We've already seen that be a factor for both defenses and the offense of trying to get a ball in fair territory to drop in front of a defense. It is not easy right now. And credit to both of these pitchers out on the circle as well. They are absolutely dealing as O'Connor has an 0-2 count now to Herrera. Here's that pitch, dropping low, just missed the zone for ball 1 as Herrera watched that one the entire time. That was a tough pitch to lay off of, as her teammate Obert stands over at first closely. Hasn't gotten much of a lead off. This one drops low again, and Obert's able to work the count even 2-2. Obert not really looking to go over there at first after her teammate just got thrown out, and don't want to test Reimer's arm again, as she's already gotten a Warrior out on a stolen bag attempt on a perfect throw down to second to end that second inning.
I want to say really good hand on that catcher because you see that it was a little outside, and it was powerful enough to twist her hand, but she was able to hold on to that ball. So
we called her names a couple of times tonight. She's been really good behind home plate defensively.
Yeah.
Framing up a lot of pitches. She's already thrown out a Warrior trying to steal second. Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, 1 on. Here in the bottom of the third inning, we're scoreless here at Hackberry Park. Here is the full count pitch, grounded to short. Scobie is there, over to second for 1, over to first, not in time on the double play. So the lead runner, Lily Obert, is out, and Hannah Herrera gets on first with the fielder's choice. And that will bring up Sydney Smart, who's 1 for 1 tonight with a single in the first inning, in which she was left stranded at third base. Smart has 2 home runs this season and 4 RBIs. And this one's off the end of the bat, down the third base side. It stays up in the air with the wind, though, and it's caught by Holdorf out in left field. Well, that wind helped keep that one up in the air and just kept driving it basically into foul territory down the third base side. Just like that, after the leadoff single, 2 batters are gone quickly, and that brings up Adelia Dunlap into the lefty box. Dunlap is 0 for 1 tonight with a ground out to third in the first inning, which advanced Smart to second, and now she ropes one down the third base side into the parking lot as well. I don't think the crowd reacted as brutally as they did the first time, so I don't think that one made contact with anything.
Or it just hit the same vehicle.
Yeah, right? They're just like, oh, we're used to it at this point.
Damage is damage.
Well, that wind is definitely helping moving it out to that parking lot, though, a little bit quicker. Here's the pitch outside. Quick throw down to second. Runner doesn't go. It was kind of a, yeah, I'm going, and then no, I'm not from Hannah Herrera. As Reimer got that one to second quickly again, as Herrera would have been out had she decided to keep going. It's Adelia Dunlap standing in. 1 ball, 1 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on. Pitch outside, called a strike. Not much with this win that a Dunlap could have done that time. If you're able to get that off the end of the bat down the third baseline, you're likely facing the exact same scenario that Sydney Smart just did. So that's a great pitch from O'Connor. She tries it again, off the end of the bat, foul. And that's really all Adelia Dunlap can do with that pitch.
Just kind of keep it alive.
You literally
get it on the ground, get it foul, until you can get the pitch that you really want.
Dunlap stays alive. So 1-2 again, with Herrera at first and 2 outs for Wahoo here in the bottom of the third. In a battle here at Hackberry Park. Outside pitch again, popped up down the third base side, and the wind will help push it foul past the glove of the third baseman Mendocino over there.
Right into
any other night, that probably stays in play, Kelly.
Yeah, exactly.
Kara's not able to get over there, and the wind helped push it over the fence foul, barely. So we do the 1-2 again. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. 1 hit, no walks, no runs, and 1 left on base. We head to the top of the 4th, scoreless. You're tuned in to Wahoo Warrior Softball here on Saunders County Online.
The best deal in town is at the Wahoo DQ. Our $7 meal deals run all day, every day. For only $7, you get your choice of an original cheeseburger or a 3-piece chicken strip basket. Each option includes a regular order of fries, a medium drink, and a small sundae. Feeling hungrier? Upgrade that sundae to a small blizzard for an extra $2. The Wahoo DQ is located at 1122 North Chestnut Street and open 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday. And then on Fridays and Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Wahoo State Bank gives you the home team advantage. From the beginning of your financial experience with Penny Partners, Kids Club with Richie Rover, to student checking for those age 15 through 25, offering a variety of benefits that make banking easy when you're home or away, or if you're looking to finance the future home. Wahoo State Bank has the home team to work with you through life. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Hackberry Park as we are bringing you a Wahoo Warrior varsity softball against Bennington going to the top of the 4th inning. 0-0, it's the battle of the defense.
You can say that again, and with the wind, the defense is able to use that to their advantage and has so tonight. So we're here in the top of the 4th inning, and there's Cassie Beavers. Boy, that's a beautiful pitch that catches the bottom left corner of the zone. Against Ava Kuntz. Here in the top of the 4th inning, it is the 5, 6, 7 hitters due up here for the Badgers. This next pitch outside, ball 1. As Ava Kuntz, she's 0 for 1 tonight as she struck out looking to end the 1st inning for Bennington. So she's 0 for 1 tonight against Beavers. That was one of Cassidy's 5 strikeouts tonight. As this one's popped up behind home plate, and Lanta Hicks makes the catch with the gear in foul territory for out number 1. Wind being a factor, defense is locked in right now for both teams. As really, there is not many softballs that have hit the ground tonight at all. As Riley Rimmer and any that have, the defense has done a good job of at least getting an out. This pitch misses inside to Riley Reimer. She's 0 for 1 tonight with a ground out to the shortstop, Sydney Smart. Said that for a lot of Warrior opponents this season. Sydney does not miss many balls that are hit her way. We definitely saw that was the case against Beatrice a week ago tonight. In that close game, as this one gets up and over the glove of Lanta hits. Nobody on, though, so no effect, as count now goes to 2-1. Reimer, she has been spectacular in the catcher's gear tonight. Here's the 2-1 pitch. It's sent down the right field line and now stays in the infield, and it's caught by the first baseman, Snyder.
Almost a collision there.
Oh, my goodness. That ball started out, popped straight up in the air, right over the bag at first base. And Maddie Snyder had to sprint towards the circle on the infield to get the out. Crazy play there. Shows you just how much that wind is pushing it. That ball was hit high in the air, and instantly it started going towards the center of the infield here. But there's 2 quick outs for Cassidy Beavers, who now faces the left fielder Baylor Holdorf and has her with a 2-0 count. Baylor's 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout, also in that second inning. This one swung on and missed, strike 1. So Cassidy has gotten both the Badgers in this inning to pop up in foul territory to Lanta hits, and then pop up right on the circle to Maddie Snyder. Strike 2 on the outside part of the zone. Perfectly placed pitch that time from Cassidy, who she has been really locked in since the first 2 singles that she gave up in the first inning. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Strikeout number 6 tonight for Beavers, and down go the Badgers in order. No hits, no walks, no runs, and nobody left on base. To the bottom of the 4th we go, scoreless. You're tuned in to Wahoo Warrior Softball.
Wahoo State Bank gives you the home team advantage. From the beginning of your financial experience with Penny Partners, Kids Club with Richie Rover, to student checking for those age 15 through 25, offering a variety of benefits that make banking easy when you're home or away, or if you're looking to finance the future home. Wahoo State Bank has the home team to work with you through life. Member FDIC. At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we aspire to be the pharmacy provider confidently chosen by our clients for their families' everyday health needs because of our expertise, integrity, and honestly, consistently exceeding their expectations. Reliability, bright spot, value, integrity, community building, and so much more can be found at Medicine Man Pharmacy of Wahoo.
Welcome back to Hackberry Park as we have the home of the Wahoo Warriors softball team taking on Bennington.
Austin McNorton and Kelly Johnson here with you live on Saunders County Online. For Wahoo Warriors softball, we are in the bottom of the 4th inning. Your Warriors due up are the 3-4-5 hitters for Wahoo against Layla O'Connor, still out on the circle for the Badgers. Here in a defensive battle, it's Lanta Hit standing in the right-handed box. She's 0 for 1 tonight with a ground out to Ava Kuntz over there at first base. Has a 1-1 count against O'Connor. Outside, strike 2. O'Connor and Beavers have been spectacular tonight of hitting that outside of the zone pretty consistently. Here's the 1-2. Off the end of the bat, back to Ava Kuntz again, and for the second time tonight, Lanta hits has grounded out to the first baseman of the Badgers. One gone. Tough luck that time. But it has been tough for both teams tonight to put the ball in play and be able to get a hit. The Warriors just 2 hits tonight. Bennington just 3. The Badgers have unfortunately left 4 batters on base. Wahoo just two hits, 2 left on. So now it's Ava Losterer standing in. She's 0 for 1 tonight with 1 of 3 of Layla O'Connor's strikeouts. Off the end of the bat, up in play, and it's caught on the run by the second baseman, Baca. She just kept chasing it, made the catch on the run. I thought for a moment it was going to drop in front of Wageman out there in right field, but Baca makes the catch on the run for an impressive out number 2. And that brings up Lily Harris, who also grounded out to Ava Kuntz over there at first base. She's 0 for 1 tonight. The Warriors have not been sat down 1-2-3 in an inning yet. Trying to avoid that happening here is Lily Harris. She's 0 for 1. Pitch right down the center, strike 2. And Layla O'Connor's doing a great job here in this inning of getting ahead in the pitcher's count and forcing Wahoo to just kind of battle and stay alive, which they have not been able to do. Here's the 0-2 way outside. Nice catch by Reimer behind home plate. Boy, have we said that a lot tonight. Lights are on, sun is down here at Hackberry Park. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and down go the Warriors in order. No hits, no walks, no runs, and nobody left on base. To the top of the 5th we go. Still scoreless here at Hackberry Park. You're tuned in to Wahoo Warriors Softball.
Stop at First Bank of Nebraska to get our new Wahoo Warrior branded debit card. Every transaction gives back to Wahoo Public Schools. All you need is a First Bank of Nebraska checking account and ask for the Warrior card. For more information, go to firstbankne.com. First Bank of Nebraska, serving our communities, investing in you. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
At Anchor Insurance, we know your personal life and business needs the right management and insurance to succeed and grow. Give Eric E.J. Hancock a call at 402-858-0557 or stop into his office at 136 East 5th Street in downtown Wahoo, Nebraska today for all of your insurance needs.
Welcome back to Hackberry Park. It is Wahoo Warrior Varsity Softball facing Bennington. We're going to the top of the 5th.
Still scoreless, and this one's grounded right to third on a rope to Ava Losterer. First pitch. How about that to start the 5th inning? As this the 8-9-1 hitters here for Bennington, and down goes Cadence Keneally in a crazy fashion. She lined that right to Ava Losterer, who just stuck her glove out and immediately makes the catch for out number 1, and that brings up Presley Baca to the plate. She's 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout. One of Cassidy Beaver's 6 strikeouts tonight. Swung on and missed, strike 1 is... Both defenses, I'll tell you what, have come to play tonight. And it's honestly been pretty fun to watch. A lot of the times, people watching any level of softball, baseball, saying, I want to see runs, I want to see home runs. But I'll tell you what, this is fun to watch also. With the way these girls are playing in the outfield, the pitchers, the catchers have been spectacular tonight, battling this wind. The infield has been sensational. A 2-1, swung on and missed, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now here to Presley Baca. Top of the 5th inning, still scoreless. Wahoo undefeated here in Wahoo this season. 8-2 on the year. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and Cassidy Beavers gets Presley Baca out on strikes for the second time tonight. And that'll bring up Julissa Howder. She's 1 for 2 tonight with a single and a line out to Hannah Herrera the last time up in the 3rd inning. She's one of 3 Bennington hits tonight. Wahoo with only 2 hits, respectively. This one is sent out into left center field, and it is out towards Dunlap. It drops in front of her, just in front of the fence. Any other night, that might have been a home run, but it stands as a 2-out double for Julissa Howder. And the 4th hit of the night for Bennington, which brings up Layla O'Connor. She's 1 for 2 tonight with a single, and then she reached on an error in the 3rd inning. So she's been on twice, just 1 hit. In my official scorebook anyway. This one's off the end of the bat, down the first base line. It stays in play, but Maddie Snyder couldn't make the catch on the run down the first base line. It drops foul for just a long strike number 1. Two gone, a runner in scoring position is Julissa Howder for Bennington. Here's the next pitch. Drops low in the zone. Ball 1. The Wahoo crowd wanted it. Didn't get the call. Lanta Hits wanted it, and she tried to put it up in that strike zone. Didn't get the call. Did a good job of framing it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Off the end of the bat. Down the first base side. And it is caught out in right field by Miranda Vonyek for out number 3. 1 hit, no walks, no runs, and 1 left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th, still scoreless. You're tuned in to Wahoo Warrior Softball.
Rivalry Apparel Headquarters, your favorite game day shop, offers apparel for your favorite local teams and schools. Shop Rivalry online at rivalryapparel.com or stop by and say hi to the Rivalry team in downtown Wahoo at 535 North Linden Street. Our shop hours are Tuesdays and Thursdays 10 to 6, Wednesdays and Fridays 10 to 5, and Saturdays 9 to noon. Need custom apparel for your team or business? Give us a call, 402-870-0780. The team at Rivalry want to help you have a winning season. We are your biggest fan.
At Anchor Insurance, we know your personal life and business needs the right management and insurance to succeed and grow. Give Eric E.J. Hancock a call at 402-858-0557 or stop into his office at 136 East 5th Street in downtown Wahoo, Nebraska today for all of your insurance needs.
Welcome back to Hackberry Park. It is home of Wahoo Warrior Varsity Softball as they take on Bennington, going to the bottom of the 5th, 0-0. What a battle we have going on today.
The lights are on here on a beautiful Tuesday night in Wahoo. The Warriors 8-2 on the season, taking on the Badgers of Bennington, and due up here in the bottom of the 5th inning for Wahoo is their 6, 7, 8 hitters, and that'll bring up the first baseman Maddie Snyder into the right-handed box. She's 0 for 1 tonight against Layla O'Connor with a strikeout. One of Layla's 4 strikeouts against Wahoo. First pitch breaks way outside, but called a strike. I think a lot of the crowd was kind of, even some of the Bennington crowd was kind of laughing, saying, wait a minute. It broke so much at the last second that I think, yes, it was going to be a strike, but then at the absolute last second, it broke outside, and the count's now even as the next pitch drops low, 1-1. Snyder this season has 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. She's came across and scored 3 times herself, and this one's down across the center of the infield on a dive, and they call her out. Oh, my goodness, a diving play by Scobie at shortstop. Throws it to Kuntz at first. The umpire says it's in time. It was close. Goes down as an out in the book. But I think Maddie Snyder would love an instant replay of that one.
Yeah, really.
Do we have that capability, Kelly?
We could do that.
Here's Cassidy Beavers standing in now. Her first pitch swung on and missed. She walked her first time up. She was down in the count 0-2, and then saw several more pitches and reached with a walk. The only walk given up tonight by O'Connor. This one's down into left field for a base hit right in front of Holdorf. And Cassidy Beavers is on with a one-out single. But what, regardless of whether it was an out or not, that was an incredible play by Maddie Scobie, the shortstop.
Yeah, to be able to lay it out and then get up quickly to get that thrown over to first. That was...
With the dirt flying and everything, you could barely even see her after she dove to the ground. I couldn't even really tell if she had the softball or not.
To get past her, so
it almost did, and so there's one out and now one on, thanks to Cassidy Beavers, the courtesy runner, and that brings up Lily Obert. She's 1 for 1 tonight with a single in the third inning, in which she saw one pitch and sent it out into left field. See if the Warriors can capitalize. This one's off the top of the bat and back towards the concession stand, foul. Obert, the designated hitter tonight here for Wahoo. She has 4 RBIs this season. Would love one here. The 1-1 pitch down the center. It's sent out into deep left field, and it is over the head of the left fielder Holdorf. Coming into third safely with a one-out double is Lily Obert, and she's having a heck of a game.
that was a great hit. Just went over the head. Had to be chased all the way back to the fence.
Holdorf.
Third, not able to be on time, so everybody stand up there and be right there. That's awesome.
Holdorf got a pretty good read on it out there in left field, but the ball just kept sailing, hitting up against the fence. And now 2 runners in scoring position here for Hannah Herrera. She reached on a fielder's choice, 0 for 1 tonight in the third inning. First pitch swung on and missed, strike 1. The infield now in here for Bennington, trying to keep this game tied at 0. Big opportunity here for the Warriors in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1 out, 2 runners in. Showing bunt, gets it down the third base side, and no throw at all. Now they have to throw back to second as Lily Obert was way off the bag, and now a throw home, gets away, coming home, sliding safe. The Warriors have the lead. What a crazy sequence that just was.
What happened there?
Hannah Herrera lays down a bunt perfectly down the third base side. The third baseman, Mendocino, has no throw. So Hannah Herrera goes up to first. Then they realize that Lily Obert is way past the bag at second base. So Mendocino throws it back to Baca at second base for the force out against Lily Obert. And then because of that, the courtesy runner for the Warriors, who was that? Who is it? Avery Hansen, the courtesy runner for Wahoo, says, well, since you're throwing it back to second base, I'm going to head home. And on the throw back to home plate, Baca overthrows Reimer, hits against the fence, and the Warriors have the lead thanks to Avery Hansen sliding in safely for the Warriors, who now have a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning with 2 outs. What an insane sequence. Also, Hannah Herrera moves to second. This one hit over down the third base side and caught out in left field by Holdorf. What a crazy sequence, but all of a sudden, Wahoo has the lead after 2 hits, no walks, 1 run, and 1 left on base. We head to the top of the 6th inning. It's Wahoo 1, Bennington 0. You're tuned in to Warrior Softball on Saunders County Online.
The best deal in town is at the Wahoo DQ. Our $7 meal deals run all day, every day. For only $7, you get your choice of an original cheeseburger or a 3-piece chicken strip basket. Each option includes a regular order of fries, a medium drink, and a small sundae. Feeling hungrier? Upgrade that sundae day to a small blizzard for an extra $2. The Wahoo DQ is located at 1122 North Chestnut Street and open 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday. And then on Fridays and Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Wahoo State Bank gives you the home team advantage. From the beginning of your financial experience with Penny Partners, Kids Club with Richie Rover, to student checking for those age 15 through 25, offering a variety of benefits that make banking easy when you're home or away, or if you're looking to finance the future home. Wahoo State Bank has the home team to work with you through life. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Wahoo softball, varsity softball against Bennington. Wahoo leads going to the top of the 6th.
And a crazy bottom of the 5th inning, and Wahoo has the lead. Top of the 6th inning for Cassidy Beavers on the circle. First pitch into the 3-hole hitter, Maddie Scobie, is high for ball 1. Scobie, she's 1 for 2 tonight with a single and grounding into it, reaching first on a fielder's choice in the first inning. As 6 Badger outs remain here for the Warriors, who now have a 1-0 lead. This pitch outside, ball 2. As the Warriors were able to capitalize on good heads-up base running by Avery Hansen, the courtesy runner for Cassidy Beavers, who had the 1-out single. Hansen came in to run. As this one, Scobie pops it up into left field. Underneath it is Dunlap for out number 1. As Adelia Dunlap out there in left field gets the quick out, and that brings up Kara Mendocino for Bennington. She's 0 for 2 tonight with a strikeout and a ground out to Hannah Herrera in the top of the 3rd inning. First pitch swinging, popped out into right field. Now pulls into the infield, and the catch is made by Hannah Herrera, the second baseman. Any other night, Vonyek makes that play out in right field, but with the wind, it moved Hannah Herrera to really have to come in right above her at second base, and she gets out number 2. Seems like every time I say, oh, that's out in the right field, all of a sudden it's on the infield.
Right.
Just like that, 2 gone. And Ava Kuntz first pitch swinging down the first baseline and over the Warrior dugout foul. Ava Kuntz is 0 for 2 tonight with a strikeout and then a pop-up in foul territory. Talanta hits the catcher.
Yeah, we're seeing, just to remind everybody, we see a little bit of movement from that out camera because right now wind's still gusting, maintaining 17 miles an hour.
17 miles per hour here.
Gusting into the mid-20s.
My goodness, still at 8 o'clock at night. I might have to open the windows when I get home tonight. Don't need the AC on. One ball.
66 degrees right now.
Yeah, that's colder than my AC would be. I am not. I am not a cold weather fan. I'll tell you
Really?
what. I am dreading.
Welcome to
from
Nebraska.
November on, probably. 2 balls, 1 strike. Grounded to second. Hannah Herrera makes the run over to Snyder in time for out number 3. Great sequence there for the Warrior defense again. No hits, no walks, no runs, and nobody left on base. To the bottom of the 6th we go. It's Wahoo 1, Bennington 0. It's Warriors softball on Saunders County Online.
Stop at First Bank of Nebraska to get our new Wahoo Warrior branded debit card. Every transaction gives back to Wahoo Public Schools. All you need is a First Bank of Nebraska checking account and ask for the Warrior card. For more information, go to firstbankne.com. First Bank of Nebraska. Serving our communities, investing in you. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Rivalry Apparel Headquarters, your favorite game day shop, offers apparel for your favorite local teams and schools. Shop Rivalry online at rivalryapparel.com or stop by and say hi to the Rivalry team in downtown Wahoo at 535 North Linden Street. Our shop hours are Tuesdays and Thursdays 10 to 6, Wednesdays and Fridays 10 to 5, and Saturdays 9 to noon. Need custom apparel for your team or business? Give us a call, 402-870-0780. The team at Rivalry want to help you have a winning season. We are your biggest fan.
It's Wahoo Warriors varsity softball versus Bennington going to the bottom of the 6th. Warriors ahead 1-0 right here on SaundersCountyOnline.com.
A crisp Tuesday night here in Wahoo, Nebraska at Hackberry
Say
Park.
that again.
As here we go, bottom of the 6th inning, it's Wahoo 1, Bennington 0. It's Adelia Dunlap standing in the left-handed box against Layla O'Connor. First pitch off the end of the bat down the third base side, foul. That was a lot of words in a short amount of time. There's so much that happened in just a little bit. Adelia is 0 for 2 tonight with a ground out to third and a strikeout. 0-1 in the count. And now looks at a pitch low, called a strike. Adelia Dunlap this season, a .500 average and a .656 on base percentage, but she strikes out in 3 pitches to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. 1 up, 1 down. It's the second time Dunlap has struck out tonight, and that brings up Lanta Hitz, who has been pretty unlucky tonight. She has grounded out twice to Ava Kuntz over there at first base for Bennington. It's hit right to her twice, and she stepped on the bag herself. So Lanta trying to hit it anywhere else. And this time she does. Over to the third baseman, Mendocino, over to first in time for out number 2. Well, she hit it somewhere else, but ends up being the same result. And that brings up Ava Losterer to the plate. She's 0 for 2 tonight with a strikeout and a pop out to Baca at second base. Here's a pitch low, ball 1. The 1-0 is popped out to second, and Baca is there. So the Warriors go down quickly in the 6th. 3 outs remain here from Hackberry Park. You're tuned in to Wahoo Warriors softball here on Saunders County Online.
The best deal in town is at the Wahoo DQ. Our $7 meal deals run all day, every day. For only $7, you get your choice of an original cheeseburger or a 3-piece chicken strip basket. Each option includes a regular order of fries, a medium drink, and a small sundae. Feeling hungrier? Upgrade that sundae to a small blizzard for an extra $2. The Wahoo DQ is located at 1122 North Chestnut Street and open 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday. And then on Fridays and Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. At Anchor Insurance, we know your personal life and business needs the right management and insurance to succeed and grow. Give Eric E.J. Hancock a call at 402-858-0557 or stop into his office at 136 East 5th Street in downtown Wahoo, Nebraska today for all of your insurance needs.
Top of the 7th, right here at Hackberry Park. It's Wahoo Warriors varsity softball taking on Bennington. Wahoo ahead, 1-0.
3 outs remain for the Badgers of Bennington here on the road as you're tuned in to Wahoo Warriors softball. Austin McNorton, Kelly Johnson here with you live on Saunders County Online. Top of the 7th inning, Cassidy Beaver still out on the circle, and her first pitch into Riley Reimer is too far inside, ball 1. Reimer tonight in the catcher's gear for Bennington. She has been spectacular behind home plate. Next pitch outside, strike 1 from Beavers. But Cassidy Beavers has been sensational as well tonight as she has gotten Reimer out twice, 0 for 2. A ground out to Sydney Smart at short, and then a pop out to Maddie Snyder as this one's popped up on the infield, and it will drop as Lanta Hitz could not find it at all. It was hit so high in the air and with the wind pushing it into the dark night sky, Lanta could not find it. The one who saw it the best was actually Ava Loster over there at third base, but she had such a long way to run, she couldn't come and make the play. So it just turns to be, rather than an out, a long strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Reimer with nobody out. Next pitch just missed. The Wahoo Warrior crowd wanted it badly. They wanted that to be called a strike in the top right corner of the zone. Boy, it was close, I'll admit, from up here in the box. The Warrior crowd wanted it. Here's the next pitch. It's popped up in foul territory again. This one goes just over the fence in foul territory, and Reimer stays alive again. As Maddie Snyder and Atlanta hits both saw it that time really clearly, and we're chasing it the whole way. Top of the 7th inning, it's Wahoo 1, Bennington 0. Pitch outside, and Reimer has worked the count back full now. After Cassidy Beavers thought that she had a strikeout earlier in this at-bat, didn't get the call, and just like that, it's a full count. Warriors just 3 outs away from staying undefeated here at home. This one is off the end of the bat and down the third base side into the left field for a leadoff single for the Badgers, Riley Reimer. The Bennington crowd likes that, and that brings up Baylor Holdorf. She's 0 for 2 tonight with 2 strikeouts. With nobody out and a runner on now here for Bennington. The tying run standing at first base. And it looks like a courtesy runner out there for Bennington. It's I'm trying to see the number.
Not 100% sure.
Yep,
Trying to get a good, clear view of that.
So here's the next batter, Baylor Holdorf. She's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Cassidy Beavers on the circle. The pitch, outside ball 1, quick throw down to first, not in time. Maddie Snyder laid the tag down. We'll try and get a name of who that is over there running for Riley Reimer. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Strike called in the top right corner of the zone that time. That's the one Cassidy Beavers wanted against Reimer in the last at-bat. Didn't get the call. This time she does, and the count's even at 1. With nobody out and 1 on. Wind really coming into play now here late in the ball game. Out of the northwest. 2 balls and a strike. Next pitch, outside, just missed. Quick throw down to first. Maddie Snyder laying the tag down, not in time. Atlanta hits as wanting to keep the runner close to the bag as it's a 3-1 count now. Good hitters count here for the left fielder Holdorf, who struck out twice tonight. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed, strike 2. Big pitch there from Cassidy Beavers. Blew it by Holdorf, who had the green light the whole way. The 3-2 swung on, grounded down third,
Popped over.
It was popped over to second, and there's no play. Well, I didn't see that one at all, I'll be honest.
Yeah, she looped it right to the edge of the grass just behind first base, and nobody able to get to it. And now we have runners on first and second.
Just like
and
that,
no out.
The tying runs at second base with nobody out. The lead run at first. Baylor Holdorf gets the single in shallow right field. I didn't see that at all. I'm sorry. This one's bunted, a foul.
Yeah, hit her.
Yep, hit off her left foot. That was the explanation from the home plate umpire. As it's Cadence Keneally, the designated hitter. She's 0 for 2 tonight with a strikeout and a line out to Ava Losterer. She started out the top of the 5th inning with 1 pitch right into the glove of Ava Losterer on a rope. Here's the 0-1 bunt again. It's popped up. Beavers gets it over to first in time for a big out number 1, but the sacrifice works because now 2 runners are in scoring position with 1 out for Bennington. And that brings up Presley Baca. She's 0 for 2 tonight with 2 strikeouts. She's in a big spot now to try and give her team at least a tie or the lead with 1 out and 2 runners in scoring position. And now she'll have a conversation with her head coach, Blanchard.
No.
And now, he'll have a conversation with the home plate umpire.
I wonder if they have looks like they might have a runner coming out.
Okay. Yeah, I would agree. It looks like Holdorf over there at second is so far off the bag, it kind of makes you think that she might be coming out.
Yep.
Yep.
There he goes.
So now courtesy runner in there for Baylor
6.
Holdorf. And that's number 6 for Bennington out there running at second, Olivia Sangster, the junior. It's Presley Baca at the plate, though. This is the big batter the Warriors are focused on right now. She's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Bunt laid down the third base side, way foul, strike 1. Ava Losser has a conversation with Beavers. It's be interesting how Wahoo attacks this defensively. If the bunt is in play for Baca, kind of almost as a suicide squeeze is how it's referred to.
Right.
You bunt it down the third base line and force Wahoo to either throw it to first, giving up home plate, or no throw at all. So it'll be a decision for Ava Losser as this one's grounded down the first base side, foul, and now the bunt is out of question. As Baca can't lay it down fairly, so now she's down 0-2. Now she'll have to swing away. Big spot here for Cassidy Beavers. 2 runners on, 1 out, top of the 7th. Wahoo leading it 1-0. Here's the pitch. Swung on and caught by Lanta Hitz for the strikeout. Heck of a play by Hitz behind home plate to keep that one in the glove, and Baca's down on strikes for the 3rd time tonight. But here comes the best hitter in this Badger lineup, the leadoff, Julissa Howder. She's 2 for 3 tonight with a single and a double. Stands in the left-handed box representing the final out for Bennington, with a tying run at third and the lead run at second. 2 outs. Top of the 7th. Wahoo leading 1-0. Beavers on the circle. And another time is called by Julissa Howder.
Wow.
Much to the dislike of the Wahoo Warrior crowd.
Trying to
She steps in again.
throw off timing.
Here's the pitch. First pitch swinging down the third base side, back towards the parking lot, towards Kelly's truck, and foul.
Thank you very much for that one. I appreciate that.
No problem. No problem at all. 0-1. Just 1 strike. 2 more to go for Wahoo to stay undefeated here at Hackberry Park. 8-2 on the season of the Warriors against the Badgers of Bennington. Here's the 0-1. Outside, strike 2 called. Great pitch from Beavers. Julissa Howder is frustrated with herself on that one. Really not much she would have been able to do with it anyway, but now she's behind in the count, 0-2. Where does Beavers place this one? Everyone on the edge of their seat. The 0-2 pitch, grounded to second, past the diving glove of Herrera into right field. 1-2-run score, and Bennington has the lead in the top of the 7th inning. On the 0-2 pitch, Julissa Howder drives in 2, and Bennington has the lead.
She ran right into that hit. And to be able to place that, keep it on the ground, and then just get it placed between the second base and pitcher, wow, that was impressive.
Just like that, with 2 outs, Bennington has a 2-1 lead down the first base side and into foul territory. For strike number 1 now against Layla O'Connor, as now the pressure will be shifted to her in the bottom of the 7th inning. She is 1 for 3 tonight with a single, a line out to right field, and reaching on an error in the 3rd inning. Heck of an at-bat for Julissa Howder. Down in the count, 0-2. And now this one's down the third base side into left field for another 2-out single for Bennington as they keep the line moving. Howder moves up to second. And Maddie Scobie stands in now, with another runner in scoring position here for the Bennington Badgers, who lead your Warriors 2-1. Scobie is 1 for 3 tonight with a single. A fly out to left, and a fielder's choice ground out.
And number 6 is going to run again.
And that is Olivia Sangster again, who's already scored in this inning.
Yeah.
How about that?
Oh, wait a second.
Sangster moves up to second. Oh, that was an intentional walk,
Okay.
right?
That must have been.
To load the bases and make it a 4-sit every bag. So Scobie's on, Sangster to second, Howder to third, and Kara Mendocino into the right-handed box. Looks at a pitch 1-0. She's 0 for 3 tonight with a strikeout, a grind out to second, and a fly out to second as well. The 1-0 pitch. It's off the end of the bat, into left field, and down for a hit again. 1 run scores, and here comes the second sliding in safely. Bennington pouring it on now. With 2 outs, they've had 3 straight singles and a walk. As Sangster comes in to score, Howder comes in to score as well. Just like that, Bennington leads 4-1 here in the top of the 7th inning. Wahoo was 1 strike away from winning it. 2 outs at 0-2 count. This one's popped up to Hannah Herrera on the infield for out number 3. But Bennington does what they need to, and they take a big lead going into the bottom of the 7th inning. After 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits, 1 walk, 4 runs, and 2 left on base, we head to the bottom of the 7th. It's Bennington 4, Wahoo 1. You're tuned into Warriors Softball on Saunders County Online, and we'll be right back.
Wahoo State Bank gives you the home team advantage. From the beginning of your financial experience with Penny Partners, Kids Club with Richie Rover, to student checking for those age 15 through 25, offering a variety of benefits that make banking easy when you're home or away, or if you're looking to finance the future home. Wahoo State Bank has the home team to work with you through life. Member FDIC. Rivalry Apparel Headquarters, your favorite game day shop, offers apparel for your favorite local teams and schools. Shop Rivalry online at rivalryapparel.com or stop by and say hi to the Rivalry team in downtown Wahoo at 535 North Linden Street. Our shop hours are Tuesdays and Thursdays 10 to 6, Wednesdays and Fridays 10 to 5, and Saturdays 9 to noon. Need custom apparel for your team or business? Give us a call, 402-870-0780. The team at Rivalry want to help you have a winning season. We are your biggest fan.
Now we're back at the bottom of the 7th. It is Warrior Softball on Saunders County Online.
Bennington takes a big lead headed into the bottom of the 7th inning after they were down to their final strike with 2 outs, an 0-2 count. Julissa Howder saves the day for the Badgers with a single right past the diving glove of Hannah Herrera at second. To give Bennington a 2-1 lead, they added 2 more and now lead at 4-1 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And just like that, Wahoo is now down to their final 3 outs to try and remain undefeated here in front of their home crowd. It is the 5, 6, 7 hitters due up here for the Warriors, and that brings in Lily Harris out in center field tonight for Wahoo. She's 0 for 2 tonight, with a ground out to Ava Kuntz at first and a strikeout in the 4th inning. In a big spot here, she has a home run and 10 RBIs this season. But now behind against Layla O'Connor, 1-2 in the count. And here's that 1-2 pitch. Way outside, ball 2. Layla wanted to get Lily to chase it. She does not. But this was a great defensive battle all throughout up until really the final 2 innings. This one's off the end of the bat, down the third base side, and it will go out of play, thanks to the help of the wind again. So we do the 2-2 again. Harris would love to have a leadoff base runner here for Wahoo, down by 3 runs here in the bottom of the 7th. Lily Harris, Maddie Snyder, Cassidy Beavers are at least due up. Then you have Obert, Herrera, and then we go to the back to the top of the order, outside, and Harris has worked the count full. Big spot here now for Layla O'Connor. Here's the 3-2, way outside, ball 4. Just the Warriors' second walk tonight against O'Connor, but that's a big one here in the bottom of the 7th. It's a leadoff base runner for Wahoo. Lily Harris stands at first, and that brings up Maddie Snyder. She's 0 for 2 tonight with a strikeout and a ground out to Maddie Scobie at short in that 5th inning where the Wahoo Warriors scored. Here's the first pitch, swung on and missed, strike 1. Harris not looking to get much of a lead. You wouldn't want to get picked off to represent the first out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, not at all.
The 0-1 pitch. Drops low for a ball. Nobody out? Outside, ball 3. Or is it 2-1? Or
I think it's 2-1.
I think it's 2-1, yeah.
Oh, wait.
There it. So, yep, here's the 2-1 pitch now. It is out into second. Throw over to second. Throw back to first, not in time for out number 1 as Baca makes the catch. 1 gone, 1 on here for Wahoo. Brings up Cassidy Beavers. She's 1 for 1 tonight with a single, and she also walked in the 2nd inning. Has 5 RBIs this season, 2 home runs. First pitch swung on and missed. This one will hurt for Wahoo. 1 strike away from winning it. And now they're on their heels, down by 3 with just 2 outs remaining. 0-1, off the end of the bat, back towards us.
And to the fence.
Yep.
2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes.
Beavers standing in. It's Harris at first. The pitch off the end of the bat, down in play on the infield, and it's caught by Scobie, the shortstop, for an easy out number 2. And that brings up the final batter for the Warriors, Lily Obert. She's 2 for 2 tonight with a single and a double. Back in the 3rd and 5th inning, and now represents the final out for Wahoo here at home.
Yeah, but you remember Bennington did all their damage
With two outs. It's true. Here's the first pitch. Swung on and foul. Off the catcher, Reimer. Seems to be all right. She has been great tonight behind the plate. Obert, 4 RBIs this season. Would love to just keep the line moving for Wahoo. It's grounded down the third base side, foul. And just like that, Wahoo is down to their final strike. Here's the 0-2 pitch, high and outside, ball 1. Wahoo staying alive. 1 strike remaining here at Hackberry Park. It's Bennington 4, Wahoo 1. Warrior softball on Saunders County Online. Layla Connor's been spectacular. Can she get the final strike she needs? Outside again, ball 2. Fake throw down to first. Lily Harris not going anywhere. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. 4-1 Bennington. The 2-2 pitch. Inside, just misses. Ball 3. The Badger crowd wanted it. The Warrior crowd happy that he didn't get it.
Yep, that's exactly right.
The full count pitch now into Obert is outside, ball 4. 2 walks here in the bottom of the 7th, and Wahoo stays alive. As Harris moves up to second, Obert to first, and now Hannah Herrera stands in. 1 for 2 today with a single and reaching on a fielder's choice in the 3rd.
Tying run at bat.
Herrera does not have a home run this season, but wouldn't that be spectacular now? First pitch swung on, grounded to... That's it. I didn't even see it.
So running to third, hit it. She bumped into the shortstop, unable to make the play on the ball.
Yes, Lily Harris on CS. Lily Harris ran into Maddie Scobie over there at short, who would have made the play for out number 3. Well, the Warriors can't hold on to the narrow margin they had, and they fall for the first time at home this season. Final score, it's Bennington 4, Wahoo 1. And Kelly, I'll ask you your final thoughts tonight on a disappointing game for the Warriors, and one of the few that we've seen this season, but that was a heck of a Badger team.
It was, and that's one of those things is you just don't, you never say die, because it was an offensive, or it was a defensive game all the way through the pitching battle, all the way through 0-0, 0-0, 0-0, until really the end. Then the bottom of the 6th inning, on a very unusual play, Wahoo was able to get a score, and then looking like they were able to get the out and not able to pull that off. There we go. Bennington with 2 outs did a lot of damage, and Wahoo just couldn't catch up again. And that's unfortunately the way things go, especially when you have 2 very talented teams.
Absolutely right. Final stats that I have anyway for Bennington, they had, let's see here, 9 hits, 1 walk, 4 runs, and they had 7 batters left on base. For Wahoo tonight, just 4 hits, 3 walks, 1 run, and 5 batters left on base. Final score tonight, it's Bennington 4, Wahoo 1. The Warriors fall to 8-3 on the season, and the next time you'll hear from Kelly and I will be in Auburn, Nebraska, because your Wahoo Warriors will be in action to remain undefeated in the 2023 football season. Thank you all so much for tuning in to Saunders County Online tonight. We really appreciate all the support we're getting from this great community and all of these Warrior athletes. For Kelly Johnson, I've been Austin McNorton saying so long and go Warriors.